Do you find the actors are, is there a sense of discovery with this work, or they're finding a lot of linkages to Shakespeare and other classics?
I think they are, they were initially surprised, I think, by how much is required of them. If you can, it's a very simple thing to explain. If you're playing Hamlet, or even if you're in Hamlet, the main challenge is to work out what is Shakespeare saying. What, in all that dense, complex language, and all that mixture of thought and philosophy, actually working out what is there and trying to make that clear both to yourself and then to the actors, the other actors, and then to the audience is the challenge with Shakespeare. With Lope, he creates a very lean plot line, and he gives you little hints of character, and it's like the reduction. It's like a pure reduction of the essence of what he wants. And he says in the dedication that he wrote to this play, I want to thank the actors who have lent a soul to this body, and that very much actors have to bring a lot. They have to search through the clues, they have to get on the plot line, and they have to bring a lot of emotion and thought to it, because Lope gives them a guide. Shakespeare gives them great shovel loads of material to sift through. Lope gives you a guide and requires a lot from the actor.
Well, here's an actor question, a question about our actors, and it says, what has it been like working with the Stratford company of actors, especially with their classical background?
Well, I've been delighted with the company. I think there's a great quality of ensemble here which comes from and can only be produced by a long, consistent working together. When people work together over a number of years, a kind of special trust and special kinds of choices become available to them, and there's a special kind of spirit generated, which is hard to generate, and I feel that I come and I can float on this company ensemble ethos, and I found the actors to be very talented and very positive, very supportive of me, very supportive of the play, and I can't speak too highly about the actors in this company.
Laurence, but you're also not just presenting a classic, you're presenting a classic that is being translated, as you said in the tape, a version. So there must be a significant amount of rewriting that's going on, and and that's a particular skill set. You know, some actors are used to working on new scripts and used to rolling with that. I would imagine it's very good for our actors who are used to working, you know, on Shakespeare, to suddenly find out that the words are much more fluid than they would imagine.
I think it is a good experience. Different actors respond in different ways, and some actors you can say, actually, you know that speech, I get a whole new version of it, and they go, oh, great, and they come back and they've learnt it, and it's fantastic. And some actors say, can I change that word? And they look at you rather grumpily, and then carry on saying the word they'd said before, because they've learnt their lines already. And so there's a great range of, that's the A and the Z, and you know, some people fall in between, so you have to adjust your rewriting to the actor as well. I mean, there's some people you don't want to be rewriting a lot for, and there's some people you can rewrite till the cows come home. I did stop rewriting a week ago because you can go on forever. You can just go on forever, and it's not very good. There was one show I did in London, the first show I ever wrote, and I was giving actors sheets of paper as they were going on in the first night, saying, say that, it's better, say that. And they would screw the paper up and go, it's the first night, shut up. But there is, you have to, my creativity just goes on and on. I see there's no reason, for me, there's no reason to stop rewriting, you know, even up to the last performance, if you let me. Like Martin Scorsese, they said to Martin Scorsese, so when does filming end for you? He says, it doesn't end, it's just when the producers drag me off the cameras. And I think I go along with that philosophy.
Well, I guess because there's a script that is indefinable. It's you know, in another language, but also he could have meant a number of different things and different shades.
Of course. You think of if you were translating, you know, Viola's speech to Orsino about to Olivia, build me a willow cabin at your gate. And all the ways we can look at that speech and say, no, I think it means that. I think that's the same with Lope. The nuances of meaning go on, and as you see the actors perform the play, then those nuances and those discussions, those ambivalences become more focused, because you think, oh no, it can't possibly be that. Now I understand that relationship because the actors have brought it to life. And you also, with any new play, you start to write it for the context, so that the script kind of also adjusts to the reality of these actors here.
Laurence, during the course of these webcasts, I find that the questions inevitably degenerate into the personal.
Great.
So let's end that way.
Great.
Thanks for whoever sent this question along. With your world travel experience, Laurence, how are you enjoying Stratford, Ontario?
I like Stratford, Ontario.
Remember, you have several more weeks to live here.
I know.
All right.
I don't want to be stoned in the streets. I have worked in the other Stratford in England, and I can certainly say that it's a bigger, livelier town than that town. And I do spend a lot of time, to be fair, I do spend a lot of time in rehearsals. But I think it's, I've seen a number of bars in the town, and they all seem to be nice. And I think I've been to all the restaurants in the town, and they all seem to be, especially the Indian. I particularly like the Indian restaurant. And I found people to be very friendly. I particularly like going to the farmers markets. And I think the only thing I'm not so sure about is when the air seems to be laced with pig manure. That's less charming than some of the other days.
It's aromatherapy of another kind. You've taken time away from your family.
Yes.
You've got
two partner and two children.
Right. So, and we all appreciate what you've done here, to take time away, to be able to come here, to give us this gem, and to direct as part of the festival. So, thank you for that, and thanks for being here today, Laurence.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
Thanks. We're back next week. And next week, we are going to be having a pre-taping. As you can see, I didn't check my cue cards before this, okay? So it's all live here, warts and all. And we're going to be talking about love, lust, and revenge in Fuente Ovejuna.
Oh.
And it's going to be live with Scott Wentworth and Robert Persicchini. Be sure not to miss that. We're going to have a pre-tape that takes place with Severin Thompson and Sarah Topham.
Wow. But love, lust, and revenge, why didn't I get that one?
You can have that one.
That sounds great.
Next
Part
week,
2, love, lust, and revenge.
Lust and revenge.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon.